When your cat lies on their back and exposes their belly to you, do you actually know what that means? Yes, it looks cute, maybe even like an invitation for belly rubs. But behind that simple moment, there's something deeper that most people miss. It's one of the most vulnerable things your cat can do. And if you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you might accidentally break the trust they're trying to give you. Let's start with what that exposed belly really means. Have you ever reached out to pet your cat's belly and suddenly they grab your hand or kick you away? Most people think their cat is being playful or even moody. But here's what's actually happening. When your cat shows their belly, they are not asking for touch. They are revealing their most vulnerable area. In the wild, a cat's belly protects vital organs. It's the one place they instinctively guard at all costs. So when your cat rolls onto their back in front of you, they're not saying, "Pet me." They're saying, "I trust you enough not to hurt me." Think about that for a second. They're exposing the one part of their body they are wired to protect. And by the way, if your cat ever shows you their belly and then just stays there calmly without reacting, even when you don't touch them, don't brush it off. We'll get to what that really means at the end, and it's something most owners wish they'd understood sooner. Because this isn't about affection in the way you think. It's about something much deeper. Have you ever noticed how relaxed your cat looks when they're lying on their back? Most people assume they're just comfortable. But here's what's actually happening. A 2019 study from Oregon State University found that cats form secure attachment bonds with their humans, similar to how children bond with caregivers. But what does that actually mean? It means your presence changes how your cat's brain operates. Their vigilance drops, their muscles loosen, their instincts to stay alert fade. So when your cat exposes their belly, they are doing something their brain normally wouldn't allow. They are switching off survival mode. Think about that for a second. In the wild, a cat that exposes its belly is at risk. But in your home, your cat is overriding that instinct because you're there. And here's where it gets even more powerful. You are not just someone they live with. You are someone they feel safe enough to let their guard down around. Have you ever noticed your cat rolling onto their back right next to you, especially after brushing against you? Most people think it's random, but here's what's actually happening. Cats have scent glands across their body, especially around their face, paws, and even along their sides. When they rub against you and then expose their belly, they're layering scent. They're mixing their identity with yours. Researchers who study feline behavior call this social scenting, a way cats define who belongs in their safe circle. So when your cat lies on their back near you, surrounded by their own scent and yours, they're creating a shared safe zone. Think about that for a second. To your cat, smell is reality. And in that moment, you are part of their world in the most intimate way possible. You're not separate. You're included. You're safe. And that changes everything about how they experience you. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. Have you ever seen a kitten sleep on its back next to its mother? Most people don't think about that connection. But here's what's actually happening. In early life, kittens only expose their bellies when they feel completely protected, usually near their mother or litter mates. That position signals absolute safety. Studies on domestic cats reveal that adult cats often carry these early bonding behaviors into later life, but they redirect them toward humans they trust. So when your cat shows you their belly, they're not just relaxing. They're accessing a deeply rooted memory of safety. Think about that for a second. Your cat is placing you in the same category as... And here's where it becomes something deeper than most people realize. They are trusting you with their safety. Not because they have to, but because they believe you won't break that trust. That's not comfort. That's emotional security. Have you ever noticed your cat suddenly stop exposing their belly around you? Most people assume it's just a mood shift. But here's what's actually happening. Cats are consistent when they feel secure. So when that sense of security changes, their behavior changes with it. They become more guarded, more alert, more distant. Studies on feline stress responses show that subtle behavioral shifts, like reduced vulnerability, are often early indicators of discomfort, stress, or illness. Think about that for a second. The absence of this behavior isn't random. It's information. This is where most owners miss something important. They wait for obvious signs, but your cat communicates in small changes first. So if your cat stops showing you their belly, don't ignore it. Pay attention, because that quiet shift might be the only way they can tell you something isn't right. So when your cat lies on their back and exposes their belly to you, do you actually know what that means? It's not an invitation. It's not just comfort. And it's definitely not random. It's trust. It's vulnerability. It's your cat choosing to feel safe around you in a way that goes against every survival instinct they have. That's not cute. That's something deeper. And that simple moment, when your cat shows you their belly, it was never small to them, and it shouldn't be small to you either.